6 Minuten noch im Bankdorf-Stadion in Bern. Schäfer nach innen geflankt, Kopfball, abgewehrt, aus dem Hintergrund müsste Rahn schießen. Rahn schießt, Tor, 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 Tor! Aus! Deutschland ist Weltmeister!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is what football was like in 1954. Especially German football fans look back on this match with great nostalgia, especially because of the final score, of course. Back then, football was literally black and white. No statistics, no analysis, no video assistant referee, and for the German football fans here in this room, without Kölner Keller. Today, 71 years later, the game has changed completely. Today, topics like AI, data analytics, and neuroscience are part of nearly every aspect of our life.
Could you talk please into the microphone for the live stream?
Of course. My name is Ralf Fürther, and I have the honor and pleasure of welcoming you today on behalf of your host, TCG Digital. The images from the World Cup 1954 that we saw at the beginning, we will be the only view into the past for the next 2 hours, definitely. From now on, our event will focus entirely on the future of sports, with all the dimensions made possible by today's technology standards. TCG Digital is not a pure sports technology company, but it leverages its core competencies, such as in data science for the benefit of sport. That's exactly why you're witnessing today the launch of the Sports Intelligence Hub, where we combine many competencies on a single platform. Specifically, it's about creating the infrastructure for intelligence for the future of sport. For some time now, clubs like TSG Hoffenheim, FC Ingolstadt, and the German Football Federation and Association DFB have been using TCG Digital technologies for their business. Representatives from these clubs, along with Kai Damholz from the German Football Association, will soon be here on this stage to explain exactly what that means. In addition, a molecular biologist will review how neuroscience is improving and expanding traditional sports diagnostics, also here on stage. So we've got quite a bit planned for the next 2 hours. I guarantee you, we won't reinvent sports today, but we will show you how modern technology is improving various areas of sports and making it, for example, more appealing and accessible to coaches, players, and fans, of course. To share the vision behind TCG Digital and the role of the new Sports Intelligence Hub aims to play in shaping this transformation, please welcome the CEO of TCG Digital. Please give a big round of applause for Mr. Debda Sen.
No? Okay. It's just so wonderful to see all of you here. I mean, it's a very, very warm welcome to everybody this afternoon. And I will introduce others in a moment, but it's just so wonderful to see all of you join us from the sports community as well as from the technology community here. At TCG Digital, we are trying to create what we call the infrastructure for intelligence for the future of various businesses. one of them is sports, and that's what we're going to talk about here. I wouldn't take the steam out of what Kaushik's going to talk about, the Sports Intelligence Hub, but let me talk about a couple of other areas that we work in. We have here our partners from Linde, right out here in Bavaria, and we are working with them to create the future of the chemical industry, of the gas industry. We also have a fantastic team in Planegg out here. I can see Angela here, and there are others in the audience. There's Sasha. And they have been working in Planegg, and I can see Young. And they have been working for the last 20 years with deep understanding of various areas of life sciences, neuroscience being one of them, cancer being one of them, and others, and combining that with AI to create the future of life sciences. How do we solve the most complex problem in the area of life sciences with there? We're going to hear from Jan Myers, where he's been working in the area of psychology in sport. So what we do at TCG is to create the infrastructure, and the infrastructure is for pushing the boundaries of what can happen in any area of life, so to say. And we're going to talk about that in sports today, where how do we push the boundaries of human endurance? How do we push the boundaries of what is possible today? And we're going to talk about that in the next hour or so. So again, thank you so much for coming, and it's a wonderful afternoon. And with that, let me request the Honorable Consul General of India, Sri Shatrung Sinha, to come up on stage. Sri Sinha has been, please, has been gracious enough to come and honor us by coming here. And sir, some words from you, please.
Thank you. In fact, I have prepared a speech, and it's not an AI speech, although we are talking all the time about AI. I would like to use the speech just to think about how technology is shaping our lives, and now the sporting life as well. In fact, today morning, I visited Augsburg, a nearby city, where the city of Augsburg and the state of Bavaria has set up a wonderful technology centrum, a technology center, where the University of Augsburg is working with the industry to bring in AI into manufacturing. Now, Germany is a manufacturing champion of the world, and one professor, I think Professor Rause, 5 years back, when AI was still not being thought about as it is being thought about now, had basically pioneered this innovation of bringing artificial intelligence into manufacturing processes. While we all know automation, how do we use data for more efficient manufacturing process? Germany is a manufacturing champion of the world. Germany is also a footballing champion of the world. And I'm very happy that TCG Digital is now taking the lead in pioneering, bringing artificial intelligence, data analytics into football. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor and privilege to join you today for the launch of TCG Digital Sports Intelligence Hub. This is a visionary initiative and which will bring football and innovation together. Allow me first to congratulate the leadership and the entire team of TCG Digital for this bold and timely leap into the future of sports, a future where the passion of the game meets the precision of science. There could not be a more fitting place than Germany, a nation that lives and breathes football, to launch a hub that will integrate neuroscience, biotechnology, and AI-driven analytics to transform how we play, train, watch, and understand the sport. The Sports Intelligence Hub represents a powerful convergence of disciplines from cognitive and physical performance research to neurobiometric athlete development, from injury prediction to match readiness, from data-driven talent scouting to immersive fan engagement. This is not just about performance enhancement, it is about creating a smarter, safer, and more sustainable ecosystem for sports. As the Consul General of India in Munich, I am especially proud to witness this initiative led by an Indian company. TCG Digital is making a global impact through cutting-edge research and cross-border collaboration. It speaks to the growing strengths of India in the fields of digital innovation, AI, and deep technology, and also to the increasingly vibrant partnerships between India and Germany. Innovation in football, particularly through this hub, has the potential to influence every layer of the sport, from grassroots talent development to professional league performance to how fans experience and connect with the game. It also addresses some of the most pressing challenges of our times, including piracy prevention in digital media and sports sustainability, ensuring that the evolution of football is not only exciting, but also ethical and environmentally conscious. This hub will serve as a center of excellence for the state-of-the-art research and development into both cognitive and physical performance. TCG Digital is venturing into this future of player development, combining neurobiometric data and advanced AI to understand athletes at a deeper, more human level. Every sprint, every decision, every moment on the pitch, decoded, analyzed, and optimized. I'm sure the vision is to scout talent more intelligently, not only through traditional means, but by identifying hidden potential using data that goes far beyond goals and passes. The Sports Intelligence Hub will empower coaches, clubs, and national programs to make decisions based on evidence, not just instinct. With predictive analysis, one of football's most pressing challenges, injury prevention will be easier to tackle. By forecasting risks before they materialize, careers will be protected, enhancing match readiness and extending peak performance years for the athletes. But the transformation doesn't stop on the pitch. And as we look to the future, I spoke about sports sustainability, reducing environmental impact. These will be byproducts of this initiative, and football's digital transformation will be green as well as smart. Ladies and gentlemen, this is more than a technological leap. It is a cultural evolution, an intelligent, insightful, and impactful future for football, born here, powered by TCG Digital, and shared with the world. I see a lot of friends and partners here. I'm sure this is an initiative which will further strengthen the footballing bridges between India and Germany. Together, let us honor the legacy of football and boldly step into this next chapter. The game is changing. Let the intelligent era begin. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Sri Sinha, I would not have been able to articulate the vision the way you did. It was just so wonderful to hear you speak. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sports Intelligence Hub and the infrastructure for intelligence that we talk about, this is the best definition that I've seen. But if you may kindly be on stage for just a minute, I'd like to request Kai Damos to come and also Sri Krishna Goel. Yeah, there you are, sir. We have a small gift for you. Thank you so much for coming here and sharing your thoughts. And Sri Krishna Goel is also, he's creating sports jewelry. So the Sports Intelligence Hub brings together various parts of sports, and sports jewelry is one of them. And Kai, I'm sure we're going to hear more from you a little bit later, but It's your vision that is really taking this game to a lot more people than what it otherwise would have been. Thank you.
This is one of our in-house products that we do for our gifting line. It's made of natural gemstones, and we do the silver artistry work on these kind of pieces. Thank you.
Of course, you humble me with your fantastic present. I only have a small memento for you. You were so kind enough to honor us with your presence in the DFB-Pokal Final. And this is a little notebook compiling the most beautiful elements of the sport, of the competition. And maybe you can use it at your leisure to put some, or your son. I'll give you a second one for your son as well. It was so lovely to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Debdas. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Mr. Sin. Thank you for your very interesting speech. It's a great honor to have you here with us. We would like now to welcome another ambassador here on stage. He feels like the ambassador for sport in India. He builds bridges from India to Germany sports business every day, I would say every hour. It feels like everyone knows Kaushik, who describes himself as a soccer philosopher. Now you can find out exactly what it means. Join me in welcoming Kaushik Mullik.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, yes. Thank you all for nice words, unexpectedly. I always talk about the philosopher worker now. And yes, my extreme pleasure to seeing all of you. The Munich will be always my second home. My Munich journey starts from 2001. And the 2025 are very memorable for us, for me too. Regarding this, just introducing this, what is Sports Intelligence Hub, I must thank you to our Consul General, Consul Mr. Sinha, for always his kind support. I thanks to Devdas and CEO. He tried to bridge or try to make a methods of my madness. And I also thank to Arunavo, is my brother. I'd always kind to me and all my Indian diaspora friends, and also Kai, Jan, Fabian, Manuel, and of course, I am respected the most in Germany. One of the most respected person all of my respected, but for special, he lives in my heart forever, is none other than Didi Bayastov. Give him a big hand for him, because what today, we're going to this hub, without his blessing, support, guidance, and emotional touch, it could have been the day it will come. And just to brief about why the Sports Intelligence Hub. There was a question of comes, why not Sports Innovation Hub? There was a doubt, there's a debate within ourselves, with our companies, with ourselves and our partners. We decided that what is the meaning of the Sports Intelligence Hub? It's talk about everything we have in daily life. We just to use it little intelligent way, and it makes a life difference. I think in a due course, we will find out a lot of small stuff. It's bigger impact in life, and sports is a part of our life. The most important thing this Intelligence Hub means it's creating a kind of a platform where everybody can come together to talk about the innovation, talk about how intelligent life is. We are talking about, during our days, we are going to, as Krishnaji's talk about the sports jewelry. It's never be between, but now it happened. We talk about psychological age with Jan has already developed, and it's fantastic. We talk about the biological age, now we're talking about the psychological age. When we talk about the Kai, the broadcast intelligence, we are talking about the democracy of intelligence. We already did this. I think if you show, you will see the different stories now. The more important part, football is a heart of the world. Of course, Germany, India too. We call it a football diplomacy. And the football diplomacy not talk about, it's more. And the more, we need a platform. The platform, we always talk about the virtual reality after COVID and everything. We talk about more on virtual reality. And now, I want to create a phygital mode. It's digital to phygital. So we use the one side, the technological innovation of entire group of TCG, how this TCG brought into the context. If you see how intelligently TCG has worked together to sports, TCG has a branch of IT, innovation, AI, also life science, neuroscience, smart clothing, real estate, also sports intelligence in real estate, and also put together the fantastic idea of sustainable stadium, which is a very, I think it is mandated now to be stadium to be sustainable. There's a lot of means we already been together. This facility we're creating is not only for only TCG is helping them to, we are discussing to our Vice Minister, Mr. Tobias Gebhardt here a few hours before the event. We're discussing how the ecosystem of Germany or Bavarian, small inventions come together and take the help like Didi, Jan, Kai, Devdas, and whole team of the ecosystem. This ecosystem will also part of the entire ecosystem of innovation and intelligent way. Few of our case study, we can just to discuss it now. Regarding this, we have a fantastic product called mcube. I call it, the mcube is a life. You can learn a lot of things. If you put intelligence in it, you get the input of intelligence. Look at we have predicted through our mcube before the Pokal Final, is the results with 3-2, but it happened to 4-2. But the percentage of winning was 75% roughly. We call it, we are reality. We'll hear about Jan. We have created a Jan's voice to audiobook. Jan, rest assured, we not clone you. So it was a fantastic stuff. These are technology we are talking about. We are everything is here. We just look at life with intelligent way, how to use. We have a mud now. And if the mud, you can make a cup or castle. If you make a castle, it creates a more intelligent way to talk about things. We have, in 24th of May, the Pokal Final, we created a history. I give him a big hand for the man who developed the creator, none other than Kai Damols. Kai, you should see, people want to see you. Because the nice eyes you have. Let them see you. Give him a big hand. The man will change the sports distribution business of the world very soon. And what we did in our Pokal Final, we have covered at least around 31 broadcasting partners in India, which is beyond a record for any international league or association can have. The interesting part, we also create Hindi language commentary out of English and reaches each of nook and corner of India. We also created 2 other regional languages, Bengali and Malayalam. It's never happened. We created automated, every 10 seconds, every 10 minutes, there are 30-second clips, which shows the highlights of the match and engaging the match. You know, if I'm not seeing the match, I'm doing something in Facebook or Insta, when I found the glimpse, oh, it's nice, let's do it, let's do it. So these are we creating an ecosystem of goodness. And I always believe, and another very interesting part, after the half an hour of the match end, automatically generated match report with photographs related to 11 Indian languages. So what we are talking about, why the component is India and Germany together, the Sports Intelligence Hub already on our work to doing. And this is today, we are just beginning a new chapter. I'm just to quote the Honorable Vice Minister of Economy in Bavarian government. He said, the sports intelligence hub in Bavaria, in Munich, would be third pillar of Bavaria or Munich. I think for that we need a real big hands. And today, the whole idea, I'm not taking too much of time. I believe in work and activity and actions. And I also must thank all of my Indian diaspora people who left a lot. And at midnight, I asked to go to drove me any part of Germany. They did it. Thank you for all your support. And I'm really meaning it. We have created our ecosystem with India Football Center in a part of. That's created for Indian diaspora kids. Today, you will also witness two interesting landmark project to be launched. One is the Kerala Super League and DFB cooperation, and also another landmark project for India Football Center in Riespo. The Gerhard is there. I forget the name, the another person. He always indulged me. Gerhard Riddle, give a big hand to him. And today is my gratitude to Munich. I know to speak anything because I always emotionally charged. I'm an emotional guy, everybody knew it. I must call on the stage my one of the best friend and my guide in all of my innovation, Meera Maisla. I introduced the lady with pink. I mean it. Without her, my madness cannot start it.
That's right.
It cannot be bloomed. And today is a shape. And I'm owed to the city. I especially owe to everyone in the city who beared me with my all of emotions, with love and caring me. And she is one of them. When I've stressed, when I spoke to her, she understands my tone. I'm stressed or unhappy. So she was one of the pillar to what we did in. Thank you, Miriam, for your support. Now I have interesting two things. I have to announce two beautiful projects to be signed here to mark the day with a new beginning of India-German cooperation. Aditi, can you help one stage just to signing? First will be the signing between memorandum of understanding with DFB and with the Kerala Super League. And I please all my distinguished guests, Honorable Consul General, please come. Devdas Sensio, please come to give them your all-hearted support. Krishnaji, Jan, please. Gerhard, Miriam, Didi. And I also want my personal gratitude to Gerhard. Without his support, the India Football Center, all my India dreams never happened. So he's my heart.
Thanks.
Sorry if I'm a little bit emotions, but I thought this is the right platform to show my gratitude to everyone who are present here. Thank you for all. Now, I requested you, Firoz Miran, the Managing Director of SLK, Super League Kerala, and the Matthew Joseph, CEO of Kerala Super League. Give him a big hand. This is a landmark cooperation. Kerala is one of the best football-friendly states. And congratulations to this wonderful journey they begin. Now, formally, you should come with us here in presence of all our distinguished, I'm not saying a guest, they are distinguished hosts for us. So sir, you come here. Yeah, they are exchanging here. Please come. Didi, Mark, Jan, please. Exchange. Come. In between. Yeah. Come. My distinguished, please wait for another signing. I have a privilege to call every Munich people as a host. Am I right or wrong? Yes? So now I'm another landmark project that we're going to sign. Signing is a ceremony already started. And invite you, another gentleman I owed to him, and calling my brother, Arunavo, the European head, Arunavo Mitra of TCG Digital. And I also invite my heart, Gerhard Riedl, to be here. So, So please come here to make it official photo, and then I just don't leave. I just brief you about what about it. Come. No, showing something. No. For photo up. No, not that. But it's a nicely photo. And just 2 minutes I take to brief this project. The project is TCG Digital and Riespo join hands together. Gerhard has a fantastic idea, because I just brief you 2 minutes about the Gerhard, how it comes in. He is also himself, he plays his younger days, but unfortunately he got injured. Now he felt, look at his compassion. When he come back, he felt there's a need for some platform which is amateurs who are aspirant to register and get the opportunity to the world of football. So what he's doing, and TCG Digital, they're scouting the kids to register there, they scout, and the matchmaking to the scouts. Because football is all about scouting and also some digital platform where they can work together. And also a lot of kids doesn't have in a remotest area in India, of course, a lot of places, they don't have a right guidance what to do, not to do. So the app will enable them to upload the video of the kids. They analyze with AI and give them an opportunity, the ray of hope, to be not only a footballer. I think somebody loves in football. First, I believe, and from my last 20, 25 experience, I've seen football can really change life. And football means excellence in real life. Thank you, all of them. It was wonderful. Let's all the best for the journey begins. Thanks. Now my host can have... Please, another gentleman is already arrived, is a head of our, from Air India. Sachin, please sit here. You see, we are bridging everyone. Don't you think? We have a sports jewelry, we have Air India who can take away and take the kids and give him to Sachin. He also supported us, one kid to be, got the Pokal Kai. We have to congratulate Sachin for his support. Give him a big hand. Today we are launching something. We are launching our heart. It's a gratitude day. I always said a day of gratitude. The city has given us. The people that give us, who surround us. Thank you, Sachin, for your lovely support. Now I'm asking Michaela to come. Angela. Another, the project Angela will describe. I just brief you. This is the project. No one can dream before how to use brain in football or sports. Over to Angela.
Thank you, Kaushik. Does this work? Yeah, it's a big privilege and honor to be here with all of you and to share this the inauguration of the Sports Intelligence Hub. And as we've heard from Kaushik, how mcube is already redefining how we experience, how we understand, and how we predict actually the outcomes in the world of sports. So really from broadcasting to live analytics. So how do we want to predict better? So we want to complement the traditional sports diagnostics also with the brain data, because the brain is really at the center of decision making. And I would like to share our vision today, how we complement traditional sports diagnostics also with neuroscience and brain-based metrics. And with that, we have here the business challenge, maximizing team value through data. So in modern sports, data is no longer optional, it's foundational. Building competitive teams means really treating every decision as a strategic investment. The objective is, in today's game, player acquisition is an investment. And we want to support these decisions by data, so that we can identify undervalued or overlooked talent and to recognize performance. Traditional data dimensions is that you combine past performance and physiological data, tactical needs, budget alignment, and also this all in one kind of decision model. Does it move? Okay, here. And modern sports intelligence is shifting from traditional diagnostics shown here to really predictive. No, it doesn't move. Here, predictive analytics. Maybe I moved that. And we can really forecast fatigue, injury risk, or performance. We can check real-time tactical insights and also mental speed and decision-making diagnostics. And some examples here from the sports intelligent examples are here, which we are leveraging this kind of data. So we start from basketball, where you can optimize shot selection. until also tennis, where we can track opponent patterns. Also, the success story from the TSG Hoffenheim, where Jan will talk about later, that more than 23% of the young academy players go to the professional team. And this is all about standard tactics and physical parameters, but adding now the brain data adds a missing dimension to the whole picture. So we have the aim to add also mental and cognitive capacity data in order to benchmark the talents versus the professional portfolio at the organ level. And this provides us really next generation predictive power for future performance. And here that's the goal of our project. So that's the goal of Brain to Kick project. It will introduce MRI, so image-based fingerprints, to really improve all the performance tracking. So we want to provide a better insight in player performance, to identify emerging talents, but also to prevent injury and really to be better prepared. And this is all about really bringing neuroscience into the heart of... Okay, so it's really bringing sports into the heart of sports strategy. And here it's all about to understand the brain structure. And here it says gray matter thinks, white matter connects. So in the middle column you see that gray matter is responsible for information processing, whereas the white matter is important for signal transmission or to optimize connection, communication between different brain areas. And this is really the core of connectivity, the connectome. So it's really where athletics, foundational neural network needs to work, because that's where really you make decisions, endurance, and you can improve that if you better understand the connectome. So let's move to the connectome, and with a tool which is based, or a solution which is based on mcube NICARA, which stands for Neuroimaging Connectome Analysis in Research and Application, we can really transform imaging to the feature space. What you see at the left is really you have the different nodes here colored. These are the brain regions which are connected with fibers. And then these are, on the right-hand side, transformed to connections and features here. And these really different colors can identify either different directions or different strengths, and the nodes are really the brain regions which communicate with each other. So the connectome is somehow a comprehensive map of neurological connections within the brain. In the next slide, we see how the connectome really works and how with NICARA we can automatically analyze this connectome. Let's go for the example of the lights and the wires in a house. So here we have again an MRI image which has displayed here the different brain regions in colors. And here we have also light bulbs. So these are brain regions. If the light is on, it means that the brain region is active. If the light bulb is off, it means that it's not active, or even it might be damaged or injured. And now the wires between the different bulbs are the structural connectivity, which are represented here by the white matter. And we have these connectivity which can be either represented here by a thick edge or by a thin edge. So thick edge means that you have high connectivity, a strong connectivity between two brain regions. If you have a thin line, it means it's either a weak one, or it could also be damaged, like an injury by a stroke. Then we also have different color coding which can be superimposed to add really another dimension. And this is also electricity, so it adds this functional connectivity to the system. And then we have a last property that the bulb, even if the connection, the wires are there and electricity is flowing, the bulb still might not light up because it's faulty, it's broken. So it's really also the Nicara also can measure the volume of the data of the brain region and also the surface. So it's really the morphometry. So with Nicara, this mcube-based solution, we can measure 3 different types of we can go beyond. We can do this multimodal messaging, imaging, which allows us to put everything in one system. Here with this really complicated slide, but you just need to focus that the first 3 or 4 steps are all managed by Nicara, and with these imaging automatically done, we can also apply AI, which then generates these brain fingerprints, which are then measured as or taken as a pattern and the fingerprint for taking talent out of the professionals. Here we have seen the Nicara fingerprints, which add more valued talents to the squad. On the left hand, we have the circles, which represent the players. At the top, we have the high-performance players. At the lower level, we have the low-performance players. And within this quadrant on the right, we can see how the connectome can add an additional layer and really identify much faster and also find undervalued talents or undervalued, which we can put then to the top talent and really facilitate decision making. So this is really if you scan consequently within a certain time range, you really can use these fingerprints or brain pattern, activity patterns to add more valued talents to the squad. It really helps not only to manage the players, but also to coach them and improve them. And this is how the Brain to Kick project is planned. So to do a longitudinal brain data analysis, you start with a professional cohort with about 50 high-performing professional players, which you then get the landmark, and then the talent cohort, which would be the young players. You take consecutive scans and compare them to the benchmark of the professionals. And over time, you also train AI models in order to generate these brain finger tips. And this is then all integrated in one platform, mcube, where we can integrate the physical data, the psychological data, but also the brain data all in one big platform. And you really have it all organized in one place. And this is how we can support, really boost performance prediction by combining brain data with physical and health metrics. And we can also add cognitive profiling to identify smarter talents and develop the young football players. And in the end, we also can optimize team composition using neuroscience and by aligning mental and physical player characteristics. With that, I would like to thank you.
Thank you, Angela, for wonderful, wonderful Brain to Kick presentation. We kickstart the Brain 2. So now I'm inviting another gentleman who can really, really change the game of broadcasting intelligence, Kai Damholz. Give him a big hand. Kai.
Kaushik.
Yeah. So we call it K square together. K, Chi, and K in DFB parameters. Now I come to talk about the Sports Intelligence Hub, the collective all intelligence together to create a more intelligent. How you like the idea or the platform today?
Well, maybe I go back a few months when Kaushik, you were introduced to me a little over 15 months ago, I think.
Yeah.
And you see he's a remarkable man. And he's taken Germany by the storm, I think one can say. So we talked about many aspects, and our fundamental principle to start a cooperation with was the democratization of sport. So we said, let's find a way that all of India can watch the DFB-Pokal for free.
Yeah.
So that was the starting point, and we implemented it, as you said before. And then many ideas came, and many things to try out. And one idea that struck me personally very strongly was technology, because I think there's a great intersection between sports, professional sports, and technology. And we met in November in Stuttgart with Dr. Chatterjee, and then I met further meetings with Arunava and with Devdas, and it just all seemed to come together. TCG Digital having so many professional fields of working, but not yet sports. And DFB on the other side was interested, or at least I believe is interested in new technologies.
Yeah.
First of all, to make the sport better, and we saw, and we will hear also from Jan, how you can work with neuroscience, how you can work with stats when you go into player scouting, with data analysis. There's so many things that can make the sport itself better. Now, that's not my area of expertise. That's for people way smarter than I am. But I'm, more indulged in the process of how do you make sport as a consumer experience better, and how can AI and technology help. And we developed a plan, and we announced it in late January, I believe. We had a beautiful ceremony with Devdas and myself and colleagues to announce an MOU. We want to work together to bring sports and technology together. And we've taken the first steps. You already mentioned it previously: automated commentary, automated match reports. We can work in digitization, DFB archive. We can create new content by AI. We have so many working fields, and we've already entered the first few steps. And I'm very happy and excited to continue this journey with you. So I thank you very much, Devdas and team.
And Kai, regarding the technology and we call it the broadcasting intelligence, and how you felt this broadcasting intelligence make the differentiator to world of broadcasters and the consumer experience together.
Sorry, say again.
I said through this, if you can call it this broadcasting intelligence, we're using this terminology, we can call it. Yes. And now your experience talk about the DFB in India and TCG, but I'm talking about how your experience, and you have experienced more than 30 years in this trade on this broadcasting sports. You have seen the changes and all the changes, and now you have felt this broadcasting intelligence with the mcube support, TCG, and all our partners together. How you felt to be a game changer in the world of not only a sports broadcasting and a whole as a broadcasting domain?
Well, like I said before, we venture into completely new grounds. There's no, I think the broadcasting world, the sports broadcasting, slowly comes to an end where it's about giving to one specific broadcaster exclusive rights against the big check, and then you forget about it and you talk to him in 3 or 4 years again. Now it's changing, and we are using India as a testing bed, as a ground, as a laboratory to try this new dimension of sports broadcasting. We give the feeds to our partners of TCG Digital, of the DFB-Pokal, and also the Women's Bundesliga. We give them the feeds. They make sure all the partners we have, from Doordarshan to TV9 to many other partners, broadcasters and platforms, They receive them perfectly. All the statistics are brought back. All the revenue sharing, all the sponsorship integration, everything that technology has to offer, we can test together with them. And I think, you know, we're kicking open the door to the future. And as I said, I'm super excited. And it worked well at this DFB-Pokal Final.
Yeah, very good.
Everything had very good feedback.
Yeah, so very good.
This is just step one of many.
Yeah, because we did it fantastically, the regional language commentary, which is accepted, and a national broadcaster had broadcasted in their the social media platform, which is fantastically done. And
like the Consul General,
but I think again this happened of what DD and it's the Prasar Bharati only happened because our extremely our honorable Consul General, and give a big hand to them.
Thank you.
He did a fantastic, you know, he's from us. He's a real diplomat to talk about the peoples to peoples. Can you believe in the remotest area in a village called Gadchiroli in Maharashtra, a village called Bardhaman in a remotest area, a village for maybe in Wayanad suffered. Everybody has watched with their own regional language. It's really a new beginning of the, what I call about, it's a real peoples to peoples, Germany, India, and come together more closely with every corner of India, reached with their own language. So this has happened because of Mr. Sinha's, no. What it's, you have given methods and your passion. So again, give him to Mr. Sinha. He is one of the instrumental to this broadcasting. I call it the broadcasting disruption already happened, and happened in the largest viewers market in India.
Yes, as Mr. Sinha eloquently put it when we spoke earlier, in India you find the masses, and then we agreed you have to access them, and I think technology will make this possible. So thank you very much.
So Didi and Kai, it's a wonderful journey with you, always. We have a lot of things to do together, and we'll again sit on the panel to talk about more. So now I'm bringing another person, none other than Jan Meyer, who understands the psychology. He can study anybody in the room. Jan.
I keep him in the hand.
Jan, now floor is yours for your presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much. It's a real honor to be here now at the Sport Intelligence Hub. We are TSG Hoffenheim. We are special because in this competition with the big cities, we are a small village. Perhaps when you see where Hoffenheim is, everybody knows Munich, but Hoffenheim is a small village in the southern of Germany, and that's how it looks like in the middle of nowhere, no big cities. We have almost nothing to offer for 15 or 16-year-old players. We have no cinema, we have no theater, we have no supermarket. That's Sinsheim, that's not Sitzenhausen. We have no drugs, we have no prostitution, nothing what's interesting for 16 or 17-year-old kids around. But why are they coming over here in the TSG Hoffenheim, where we have, what is this number about? That's the number of the citizens.
And you can guess about it.
Yes, you can guess.
Question.
Huh?
It's a good question to ask.
Yeah, but I said it already. For one, if you just mentioned a few minutes, is it a good idea as a small village with 3,266 citizens to get a soccer club and enter the Bundesliga? Everybody would say, no. Where do you want to get the money from? What is it about sponsoring? What is your reach out? What is about merchandising? We don't get the stadium filled. Either Bayern Munich is coming, and the next thing is, yes, we sell worldwide as much tricots as Bayern München in Bad Endorf. So that's a huge difference. What is the challenge for us? And the only opportunity to be able now for 70 years to stay in this competition, Bundesliga, first Bundesliga, is the concept of development of potential, development of talents, and get them on a professional level and then sell them to the best. This year it wasn't able. Our best player is now going to Bayern Munich for free. And that's a little mistake in our concept. But normally that's the challenge, that you really develop our players from the academy to on the best level, and then not keep them and they play for your team. You have to sell them again. And we are the professional developer. As you've seen in the presentation before, we have a quote of 23% of our players from at academy getting on the professional level. Normally in other clubs it's about 3 or 4%. So that is our profession to develop players on the academy level, on the professional level, but on the coaches level as well. As you see, Julian Nagelsmann entered our club as a coach from the under 16 and now is national coach, and employees as well. And how do we develop our talents? It's about testing and not guessing. And this we are doing in a holistic approach. So we have tests for, yes, soccer-specific KPIs, for physiological and psychological ideas. And we have 212 KPIs that are measured 2 times a year with all of our players, from the age of 11 till the professional level. And then over the years, you have data, you have a lot of data, and you have norm data. And when you collect the data in these different aspects, then you get strengths and weakness profiles, that for every talent that's measured at the moment, you can develop a plan. You can get it? You can develop a very individual plan, what is to do next to develop his individual talent. And so it's a very different approach as you would do it in the school right now, where everybody is doing the same. So for us, it's a model just to combine our approach with other aspects of the society, where the aim is to develop talent and develop persons to their best. And if you can do this with sports, you can do this perhaps in the school or university as well. Interesting is, when you collect all this data, and from our perspective, you are looking now on the strengths and weaknesses profile, in which area this special talent had to improve next. You can ask a question, what are the really most important KPIs to develop on a professional level? And we did it with artificial intelligence and calculated all these 212 KPIs on the factor, or who is known as reaching next level. And these are the results, and you see the most important thing, the most important KPI to get it on the next level is the 30-meter sprinting time, and then Footbonaut is the ball throwing machine we have in Hoffenheim to measure skill, but then we have already on the 4th place processing speed, and that's a cognitive aspect, the information processing speed of your brain. And in these 212 KPIs, the 14 important, 6 of them are psychological. And that's important when you really transfer our approach not only to soccer, to other sports, or to university or schools, where the idea is all the time to develop talents. What we do next, with support from artificial intelligence, we created with a partner an AI, what is our migration assistance. And we put all the data together, and then we see that this guy here now, in the age of 15, has a probability to migrate in the next level from 64%. And if you have such a model, then you may perhaps ask a question in which area we should train the guy and do the next steps. And then we have a what-if prognosis. So if this guy would now improve in a special matter, here the jumping high for 0.5 points, he will optimize the what-if prognosis from, what is this here, 58.5 to 63.25. And that's all about data, all about artificial intelligence, and not a subjective idea of a coach, athletic coach, or a psychologist. So that was a little insight on what we are doing in Hoffenheim. The future of sport, the future is now. We are proud to be part of this hub here in Munich.
Thank you, Jan. Just I not leave you down. Just one word from me. How you talk about little secret to explain sports or psychological edge.
Yes, that's perhaps a not so new approach when we are talking about elderly people and the psychological or subjective age. So you are perhaps 75 years old, but you feel so much younger, then you live a much more healthier life. There's the science with good and proven concepts. What's not so much known is what's going on in talent development if the kids have a higher or a lower psychological age. And of course, perhaps it's better seen from a coaching perspective. If somebody is already better in coping with stress or self-efficacy or something, what's really important to perform on the pitch. And if you see somebody who's perhaps in these areas not ready already, he can perhaps develop in the next years. So like a biological age is different to a calendary age, a psychological age maybe too. And so we want to consider this in the future as well.
Thank you, Jan. So we have another intelligent way of psychology from the psychology master. Give him a big hand. We just, before we to Didi, I just invite Sachin Verma, the Air India Chief of German Operations. We also need intelligent aviation too, to transport our intelligent thought process physically. Sachin, welcome to here. Give him a big hand. Sachin, you are also big supporters of football, and you talk about more. And thanks for being here to give your all wishes and support. And how you felt that this technology or digital mode we're talking about, the intelligence, sports intelligence, is also everybody coming together. So being in aviation industry, and also aviation is a very important part for our all, not only technology when players go abroad and they come from India to here. So how your opinion about this entire initiative?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kaushik, for introducing me and giving an opportunity to be here, as well as sharing the technological insights that will bring sports ahead, and especially football into India. It's a great initiative, and as Air India, which we represent our country, India, it is very important somehow to be associated. Technology is important, but we need to bring the players, we need to bring the technology both ways, and I see a lot of potential in that. Coming back to your question, when you are dealing with Kaushik, you need to have your AIs and EIs always ready. We have been discussing Air India is going through a transformation phase. It is one of the world's biggest transformation that's going to happen for any corporate, for any organization.
And there has been a lot of insight that has gone into it. And I believe today, if you need to transform, if you need to connect to the world, without artificial intelligence, without technology, it is definitely not going to keep up. The pace that we are going through, the changes that we are going to see in sports, especially in a country like India, where we are every 3 years adding 1 trillion to the GDP of the country, this pace can only be kept with the intelligence. I keep saying to people that sports is a very big connector. Artificial intelligence technology is also a very good connector. And if we are able to put artificial intelligence and sports together, it'll be for the good of this world. I would say that.
Thank you, Sachin, for a wonderful insight. And always keep your support to intelligently way to bring Indian kids and also intelligent way to our intelligent experts to be in India. Thank you for your support. It's a pleasure. Now, the man I always admired, none other than Didi Bayastov. Yeah, I keep it here. Didi, you always, you have last 6-7 months, you're wearing us our all madness. Yes. How do you felt the madness and how you consume the madness?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me here. So also to the auditorium that you follow this this very nice setup and very special topic. So you said the madness, yes. In my telephone, I programmed when you is calling, then is coming up the beauty of India, because Kaushik came once to me and say, the magic of China is over, the beauty of India is there. So, and I always remember him. Most of the times I don't pick up the phone because I know that it will be thrilling. And I have a few other things to do as well, but a lot of times we like to share insights, to share thoughts, and also to talk about our big projects with TCG Digital and the DFB and Hoffenheim. We have been one fantastic week in India, in Delhi and in Jaipur, also with the Dwakas. Thank you very much. For the hospitality, and we enjoyed it a lot because we learned each other more and closer, and we have a good relationship now, and we always can change our thoughts about this week in India. But I think we made a tremendous step forward. So starting, do you want to tell something, ask me something, or shall I? Yeah? You are the boss. I'm just listening. Good. So, because if we're starting to tell you, then it could be the same problem than me. Because when I start to talk, then I don't quit. So, yes, we started with the Indian Football Center, yes. And you came to us, to Manolo and me. Manolo is our head of internationalization. Even if in the third league it sounds a little bit strange, but it's still here from the second league and from the Bundesliga, because we have one of the biggest football schools in Germany, the Audi Schanzer Fußballschule football school, where we train more than 10,000 kids a year and over 160 camps all over in Germany, regionally, nationally, and also internationally, in locations where Audi is producing the nice cars. So you came to me and say, okay, what do you think about the situation? Because there are a lot of Indians working in Germany, and they have kids, of course, and we want to bring also the football a little bit more to India, because cricket is the highest rated sports there. And yes, so we have a great infrastructure in Ingolstadt. And we have also a pool of 300,000 coaches, 300 coaches, 1,000 not, I don't want to exaggerate. 300 coaches in a pool because we need them to train our kids and all over in the football schools. So we have the possibilities to do this. And from the first time, also with Gerhard, we were very delighted to go forward in this project. And we already did a camp, and now we do it regularly in Ingolstadt and try to widen it up in whole Germany. Now you can, if you want.
No, I just want, this is a fantastic initiative. What for Indian diaspora kids, Didi has unbelievable his passion to really develop the food. But now I'm talking, Didi, that you have how this intelligence hub. You have been in your playing days, you have been administrative days, you have seen all the changes of German football and world of football too. How do you feel this sport intelligence hub, or this all the intelligence come together, like intelligence from technology, like IT, intelligence from sustainability, from clothing, from ideations, all together, and how you felt that it's also, you have a school that we are discussed about, that TCG will help you to bring all our best school to get more and more data-driven support from you get more and more good talent. So how do you feel this sports intelligence hub, it's contributing for the next level of football or sports together? What is your call on that?
Yeah, so when I started playing football in the higher division or in the Bundesliga, when I came to HSV in 1986, so I saw the video for 1954, and I was really excited because 9 years later I was born. So I thought, Mamma mia, what it's incredible. So incredible old already. But when I started in Hamburg, we have maybe a 4 to 6 or let's say 24 square meter room where we have a few things inside to make fitness or to make muscles or whatever. And there was nothing. There were no analysts. There was only Ernst Happel, and only, and a coach, a second coach, and an athletic coach as well. But yeah, it's totally different. So the scene changed a lot, and I think this is we are already working with platforms, with scouting platforms, with different things, with camera systems. We analyze our matches. We can look in AI analysis. So this is already really on a good standard. But I think in this it's more than a triangle. It's a quadruple angle, and I don't know if you made it through a lot of. You put a lot of people inside and a lot of companies inside which can contribute to a development which we stay here now. And I think it's very interesting because there are a lot of expertise from all the sides. So let's talk about our club because I'm for our club. We have a very good academy. We can test the kids. We can test our pros. We can be a part of this, and also we have what I said before. We have the means to train the kids and also the pros as well. Hoffenheim is an outstanding example of analyzing, of teaching, of psychologically testing, and methodically developing players. I already said it in India. It's incredible what you did in the last years, and also TCG Digital is a worldwide acting company which is leading in AI and also in IT. So we can put this together, and we are happy to be in this round and try to contribute the best we can do.
Thank you, Didi, for you are a guiding force for us. And give him a big hand. So Didi has one of the India lover. Didi, when you have come to Didi, and we call it Didi in Delhi. So big hands, one of the best India friends on footballing world. Thank you, Didi. So, Rolf, now we have a little tough task to do. Yeah, you can. Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm very frequently in India, and I have one very easy and difficult question to Didi as well. What do you think? I mean, the country has so incredible potential, 1.3 billion people. How long will it take the journey to be India, for example, regularly qualified for World Cup, and at some point maybe like quarterfinal or something? How long does that take? What would you expect?
So this is this is a very difficult question, I think, because so I think India, what I learned till now is more, let's say, more down to earth. It's not the peak-looking, searching Chinese approach, which they said that within 10 years we want to have the championships and want to participate. I think this is a process which needs a few decades. I think at least 2 decades. But I think you have to start, and this is because if you are in India, you are overwhelmed by the sports cricket, but as I experience is there are a lot of villages, a lot of people, a lot of kids who want to play football, and they don't have the means or the setups or the approaches for this. So, and also we have been there, and we visited Delhi, but we visited also Jaipur, and we visited a club, Rajasthan United, and they are tried to build an academy for 200 kids, but they need expertise, and they need coaches, and they need a few people who say, okay, we go this direction and this direction, and so therefore I think it's great that we have the opportunity that there is a country which is open, and we were totally impressed by the hospitality and by the friendliness of the Indian people. You know, if you are, you know this, so our aim is to really to go a step inside this country and to help, to support, not to help, to support these Indian kids and Indian clubs in case leagues. We give our management ideas or expertise, and also our coaching expertise, and we try to bring it to India as far what we can. And this is helpful that also companies like TCG Digital are helping us in this, because we are interested in the technology, and they are obviously interested in the topic, in the content which we can bring to them, and therefore I think this is could be a really prosperous and very also innovative approach to bring football step by step. I would say step by step to India. Yeah, this is
great.
Well,
thank you very much.
Expected, but yeah.
I'm Bernard Lacroix. I'm a FIFA match agent, and I fully respect what you said, but I have to contradict you at one important point. I don't think that it will need decades. I don't think so. I think it will come earlier, because from FIFA's perspective, India is by far the biggest market, which is, not really a market yet. and it will go earlier. And I personally expect it when the business in the Middle East is over. It will be over sometime. It will be over when the world does not need petrol anymore. And then I am sure that FIFA needs to look somewhere else, and I have no doubt that FIFA will look in India. And already now, you know, I think it was like 1.5 years ago, there was an under tournament. It was interesting to me to see all these players play in the cricket stadiums. Yeah, and the coach area was, you know, it was difficult because the cricket stadium is round. But we will overcome all these things. Yeah, and it will not need decades. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, sure. I'll take the opportunity after I got the courage from the gentleman who had a different view. I think in India things progress naturally. It can be silent, quiet for ages, but when it comes to the point where it has to take off, then it takes days and weeks. Yeah, it is somebody who needs to take a call. Tomorrow we want to do it, and it'll be day after it'll be done. So I think that's a very Indian way of progression. Thank you.
So any question for anyone to? Any questions we have? You have a question?
So hello everyone, and thank you for inviting Kaushik, such an amazing event. I am the member of Integration Board Office of Munich, and sports is one of the main topics that we have. And all the supporters of football, you are welcome to support cricket as well. We have a lot of teams here and a lot of clubs here, so we kindly request you to also support cricket, because every fourth person in Munich has an integration background, and sports bring us all together. So I hope really so that you also support cricket in that spirit. Thank you so much.
In our panel, Marcel, we have also Philip in a panel, so we always together. So now I'm like to invite you another gentleman who is our friend, philosopher, and guide, and also have a vision. Please, Michael, the chairman of TCG Digital, to be here. Host to host. So now we are converting to the host to host. Yeah. So Michael, when you have landed here to talk about, the word you heard, Sports Intelligence Hub, as the chairman of the organization, what is your feeling?
I think the world needs collaboration more now than ever, and we need platforms for collaboration. We need public-private partnerships. I think collectively we are writing the future. We're co-authoring the future together. If we think of Industry 4.0, how do we teach autonomous car to be autonomous while humans teaches the car? When we build robots of the future, how do we teach the robots? Well, that data is going to come from humans too. Where does that data come from? It comes from the world of sport. I think the world of sport has so many components of what's needed in Industry 4.0, and I bring it up because we are in the heart not only of football, we are also in the heart of advanced industry. That's what this region is known for. And it now happens that these two worlds come together. Both skills, hard and soft, are going to be required to write the future. The world race is on now to make the intelligent machines, and I think we're better placed than ever. The reason why we come here is because we found the most advanced skills, not in computer science standalone, although they're here, not in manufacturing or sports alone, although they're here, but in the integration. When you saw the professor speak earlier, it was about that integration. How do you make the data accessible to the new large language models? If we take a step back and we think of when they started, this was PhDs, these were professors. They needed to have a conversation with their data. No private person, no industry person thought about having a conversation with the data. We were happy if we got the answer to our query after trying 10 times and throwing away everything we didn't want to read. The PhDs wanted knowledge graphs. It came out of that, and guess what? That's what the LLM needs. So now we have two choices. We take control of our golden asset, the data, or we give it to the corporations that develop the next generation of LLM. That interface, which has a name, is the semantic platform, is developed right here in Munich. And so for me, it's not just about the physical world coming together here in Munich. It's also the future for how do we enable the LLMs to accelerate the Industry 4.0 in a public-private partnership. That's going to be an ecosystem play. And when do we know when we have arrived? My question is very simply, you know you have arrived when you can have a conversation with your data, and you're going to get there first. The idea with having a digital twin of a car, we worked on that in Formula One. It was probably 20 years ago. Time flies, I don't know. Then, at the same time, NASA worked on doing the digital twin for the astronauts. Now we are doing the digital twin for the individual football players, and that's being used to scout. Imagine if the industrialists that wants to build the next generation of robotics had that data. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is the opportunity to co-author the future together. I couldn't be more excited, and with your heart and passion, I think it's even doable.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you for your nice advisory and guidance for the future. Now, Rolf, the stage is yours.
No, we have to invite the people for our panel talk.
Yeah,
now.
please.
Perhaps Kai, Didi, Jan, please come on stage. And who else?
Miriam,
Matthew,
Philip.
the cricket.
So you can't left out cricket in India.
Cricket king of Munich.
Asli, no, you're not here. Okay. Devdas. No, Devdas, please. Sit. You can hear. Come. Kai, come here. Matthew. Miriam. Gerhard. I think put the middle of the lady would be better. It looks nice.
Lady,
yeah. So balanced. Miriam can be a balanced with in pink. Here.
Needs a second microphone.
Yeah. Here, other microphone. Rolf, you build the cats first.
Okay, my first question goes to Didi. You've been in the soccer business for many, many years. You have seen such a lot of things, especially in Hamburg, of course. What would be a technology, for example, from TCG that would help you most in your role in Ingolstadt? What is the most important topic for you from all these things we've discussed today?
I think there are a lot of different things which could be interesting for us, or which are interesting for us. So we are currently try to implement KPIs for our playing identity, and this could be very interesting to bring them together and to deduct extracts. Where are we going? Where is the trend? Do we follow the route, or we do not? And this could be helpful with what I understand with the IT machine like mcube. I think this would be helpful for us, for example.
Another question to you, Didi. How does your coach react when you talk to him about all these innovation? Is your coach happy, and the staff, are they happy or a little bit nervous?
No, absolutely not. Our coaches, so a women coach, our head coach, for these guys who don't know yet. Sabrina Wittmann, she was since 20 years, she's in the club. She's starting also in the football school and then working as a coach in all youth teams. And 1 year ago, we gave her the opportunity and the task to lead our men's team, professional team, and she's doing good. She's constantly very, very strong, and also have a good punch. And but she's very open for this. She's asking me different times for also. She's very interested in AI analysis, and also in analysis in AI or in AI selecting players, and also at least controlling our analog or manual yet scouting of players partly to also to controlling with AI diagnostics or AI I lost the word with AI tools, and therefore she's totally open for this, for everything.
Philip, welcome in our round. You're the organizer of a big cricket event here in Munich. It sounds unbelievable, but it is true. It's end of June, yeah? What can cricket learn, or what could cricket need from all these things what we've discussed today?
Well, I guess it's the same in every sport. For example, myself, I don't know whether you have been in school. There were elections when you were chosen for a team, and in football I was always chosen last. And then I thought I need to change the sport, so I started cricket, which was very exotic, and suddenly I really loved the sport, and I started playing every day for around 6 to 8 hours, and I went into the German national team, and this is how my passion for cricket started. And I think if school classes could know not only whether people are good at football, whether they have a talent for football, but also have the variation of all sports in AI with all these measurements, then of course with kids you could choose, okay, this kid has a talent for football, this kid has a talent for cricket. So I think this could help all sports and also the variation of sports.
I think, Philip, this great audience is a perfect platform for you to make some marketing and PR for your great event at the end of June. Tell us a little bit more.
Well, thank you very much. In order for cricket to become more famous in Germany, it's the second biggest sport in the world, not only in terms of supporters. I think football have 3.5 billion and cricket has 2.5 billion supporters, but also in terms of revenue nowadays. So there is a lot of revenue in cricket, and I thought, why not get German companies involved in promoting the sport? And I called the HR companies of some of the German companies and asked them whether they could supply me a cricket team. And the guys at Siemens, Infineon, SAP, you name them, they all said, we don't have a cricket team. We are a German company. We do not have a cricket team. And then I started, contacting all the employees themselves, and then suddenly I had 12 players within half an hour. So there are cricket teams in German companies, but German companies just didn't know about it. So on the 28th of June, I'm organizing a corporate cricket cup sponsored by many, many companies, and I invite you all to come and enjoy the day with a beer or two.
No, we have thought of in the men's world. Now we're going to call about Sabina, the head coach of Ingolstadt, the first woman for any professional coach in Germany. So let's turn to another lady who has a multifaceted in sports and business together. And Miriam, you have, just to recollect your days in how we organized what is today happened, because until the Oliver Sfeol match. So how crazy stuff you did.
Well, as you said, Kaushik, it really goes back years. And when I worked for my former company, Invest in Bavaria, we thought it would be awesome just to put together business and sports. And we had the idea, why not bringing the FC Bayern to India? Because we from Bavaria has really, really strong connections to India years back, especially to Karnataka, which is our partner state. And then Kaushik were crazy enough to say, yes, we do that. And we really had this amazing, really unforgettable match with Oliver Kahn in Calcutta, in your hometown, and it was a big, big success. And we combine it with the business as well, and I think this is also the key, not only focusing on sports, but also take business together.
Just add on. My word is enough, Mike. You can talk about that, or doesn't require? Oh, sorry. Miriam, the Sports Intelligence Hub, because you have dealt with you also now with your department to talk about the youth and all stuff, and you are involved in sports and business, which you talk about for more than 20 years in Bavaria and in an international way. How this Sports Intelligence Hub is a perfect platform to project the innovation of Germany and the precisions on Indian intelligence together, on knowledge, and how you can, this Sports Intelligence Hub, to contribute one side to enhance the sports talent, enhancements of talent and identification, other side how the German companies, the Indo-German companies, to make get a more and share of it to get the economic rolls on this particular platform. It's just a physical platform.
Well, I think in all the talks before, it was one thing came out. It's so important to connect people. And I think we talked about a lot of AI in the last hour, but I think to bring the people together, and especially the people here from Germany, well, I'm talking most of the time about Bavaria and Munich, but bringing those people, the talents together with the Indian community, with the Indian companies, with the Indian sport, that would be awesome. And this is why I'm so happy that the hub will be here in Munich, because I really think not only for the surroundings, but also for the whole of Europe, or I think bigger, it's really important to have something, as you just said, a platform, a hub where people can meet and share ideas. And this is why I think it's not a crazy idea, yeah, maybe, but it's an idea where everyone here can really get something out. And I'm really proud of that.
I'm just shifting to Munich to Kochi. And Matthew Joseph is the CEO of Super League Kerala, the new baby born with a sensational way. And today you have collaborated with DFB, and also a lot of partners club comes into picture. How do you feel that the Sports Intelligence Hub will be a perfect platform, a perfect connector for all the thoughts we talk about the intelligent sports.
Thank you, Mr. Kaushik. Today has been a historic day for us. In fact, the German Football Association and the Super League Kerala have come together. I really thank Kay and Kaushik for all the support. And truly, I'm sure that this partnership, we're going to take it a long way, because we have a vision not just for a year or for a short duration. What we are looking at is developing, along with the masters, who are one of the best known names in the world for football, to work together, learn from them, and get the Indian rankings up. We will be happy to contribute to the national team. Being said that, we started, like Mr. Kaushik just mentioned, that we are a baby, but yeah, we are a one-year-old baby now. But we started working in Kerala, which is one of the craziest state in India for football, where the viewership on a national television contributes to about 40-45% of the whole national numbers. So every 100 televisions on, 45 people are from Kerala. So that's the kind of an impact the state's got on the entire national football. And the best of the footballers have come from Kerala. There was once upon a time when the national team had 10 players from Kerala alone. So,
and rest 10 is from Bengal.
Yeah. Yeah. So, now, the journey for us is not that all that easy, because, this is like Germany and other places. When we go in Europe, it's quite developed in terms of the infrastructure, the way it's structured. When a 4-year-old child starts playing at home, I've heard that even when you're a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old, there's a ball which is given to the child, and the parents start seeing their interest. But back in India, it's a bit late, and always there is a lot of focus on academics. So we are now, what we are looking at is, like, in the last about 5 years, we have trained more than about 18,000 children. Not anything as compared to what TDA has told, but we have trained about 18,000 children in about 56 centers in Kerala. Now we are taking that forward, and we have this big umbrella like the Super League Kerala. With this, we are scouting continuously all through the year. In Kerala, last year, we have conducted close to about 3,800 matches in 5 age groups. So constantly, our scouts have been searching for good talents. But then the challenges are a little different, and it's quite basics what we are doing as what, now the kind of opportunities and the technology what TCG is bringing in. I think this is very interesting, and we would be able to more scientifically identify talents and take them into the next level. We are starting with a center of excellence, wherein the first 200 children will be, the best players will be taken in. They will have an academic training program where they will stay there, as well as the academics will continue, simultaneously happen. So that's something which is not seen much in India. Today, again, like back in Kerala, there was another signing up with one of the Bundesliga clubs, and so there's a lot of football now being promoted in Kerala, and I'm sure with this kind of solutions, we should be able to get to more detailing and specifics of making of a good player.
And now I just behind the person, my heart, the Gerhard Riedl. Gerhard, now today you have you have a vision, you have a passion, everything you have. I've seen it for the last 2-3 years. You are an ardent football lover, believe in your thoughts. You try to, what you experience, what was lacuna to not prevent you to be a footballer. So you just, or your personal experience you launched your passion at Riespo, and also in the football center, of course, for your passion project too. And how you feel that Riespo, with the technology of TCG or this sports intelligence hub, can make your belief into reality?
First of all, thanks a lot for the invitation by today, okay? And I want to take the opportunity to talk a little bit about numbers, because you asked me about my passion, okay? Passion is football. My responsibility are the children's, okay? And it all starts in the year 2017. I become the president of a small club in Austria, and I've seen, there are numbers like we have around 300 million active players in the world, less then 1% of them get professionals. And what happens with the other 99%? Everybody's talking about AI, everybody's talking about support from softwares or whatever, but they just focused on the professional players. I'm focused on the amateurs. I have opened in 2017 a company to make performance diagnostics with amateur clubs, okay? As well, now we have moved over to make the screening also in schools in Austria, because I think that many talents get lost because they don't have the opportunity and the possibility to get a connection to teams, to coaches, to managers, to whatever. Okay, and that's why I'm 100%, it makes me a smile when I see Hoffenheim, the software, what they reach, more than 23% of the players reach to get professional. This is unbelievable for me, okay? But all of them are focused in this less than 1%, and I will support the 99%, and I hope I will get it through now. Together with TCG, for me it is a big step. I never thought, not in my wildest dream, I ever thought that TCG they will sign a contract with me. It's a wonderful day for me today.
So now I also to Rolf to hand over Devdas and to your German Jan and Kai.
I have a question to Kai. Kai, your company, the German Football Federation, is the biggest sports federation in the world with a lot of ideas and, of course, with a long tradition. But I think in terms of technology, it makes sense to have a look to the Indian sports industry or like companies like TCG, or what do you think?
I agree. It's not in the image of DFB to be the most advanced thinking, most technology. But in our company, we are the commercial subsidiary of the German FA. We have a credo and a mission, which is to be the most innovative federation when it comes to the whole marketing and sales and our commercial product. So it's already ingrained in our company to strive for technology, to strive for perfection. And now we found a perfect partner to put this into action.
What are the most important issues, the most important topics for the next, let's say, 6 months for you and the DFB in terms of TCG?
Well, maybe not only in terms of TCG. We just had it. How long will it take for football to properly take off in India? We had different predictions from decades to weeks or days. And I think we can do our part in making this a quicker process to make it grow quicker. And there's many things we can do and we can try. One area is we show our games of our highest elite competition, the German FA Cup, live to all of India. That's one thing we can do. Another thing is we work with TCG Digital to make the experience better for the fans, and we help bridge gaps to clubs and in between clubs. And this is where our cooperation with the Super League Kerala comes in. We're one of the football crazy states of India. So why not start there? It's a very young, ambitious, privately owned league, and they seek out, they have need for international players every season, and we would like to bring them together with third division clubs. So it's a club-to-club competition and cooperation and exchange and know-how exchange. Then we want to bring in sponsors. We have our friend from Air India here. Many other Indian and German companies are interested in this cooperation. So I think it's about throwing all of the sticks, all of the elements in it, and not focusing on solely one element.
I worked 20 years, more than 20 years, for a pay TV company here in Munich. I think it's also a very important topic to find ways to reduce piracy. How can we manage this?
Oh, that's one of my very favorite topics. Piracy is really killing our industry. It's killing the pay TV operators. it's damaging the federations, it's damaging the clubs. And I think AI can do miracles in helping to support us in that struggle against piracy. And with the legitimately owned money, we can then further the sport. So it's an important point.
Jan, you're one of the most respected scientists that we have in the German sport business for a long, long time. Everything what we've discussed and what we've heard today must make you happy for the future. It's a lot of your thinking, yeah, what we discussed today, oh?
Yes, of course. It's an incredible moment sitting in here and talking about innovation and artificial intelligence and the future of sport. When I started with all this stuff, measuring things, I asked the coach, should we measure speed? And he said, why should we measure speed? I can see if the player is fast or not. So I am the measurement, if you want. So, and if we now measure on an objective perspective all these talents, and especially as a psychologist, we see how important these psychological KPIs are. That is, for me, a very exciting moment. 20 years working on psychology is important to develop talents, and managers say they shouldn't think, they should kick the ball. And so that is interesting now with data to show that this is important.
Perhaps you can handle the microphone back to Kaushik, because Kaushik has...
So I have a question to Devdas. And when, as a CEO of organization, and how you felt Munich can be ideal for the global hub for the sports intelligence, when the idea came into mind, or what was your reaction? I asked you also to Michael, but you're implementing those things. So what is to keep in mind that why Munich should be ideal hub?
I'll talk about something else and then I'll come back to your question. So at TCG Digital, our motto is to partner with companies who dream to push the frontiers of anything that has not been pushed. I mean, we have so many dreamers out here in this panel. Brad, you're talking about one. Everybody, really. Jan, Matthew, of course, Kai, Didi, Absol, Philip, Miriam. I mean, this is... And we do this not just in sports. We are trying to come up with new materials. With the chemical company, we're trying to come up with ways to solve some of the most complex problems in the life sciences world. And the same thing is what we are doing here. This community, who we have in this room in Munich, in Germany, you are pushing the frontiers of where we can go. And that's where we love to partner with. Now, why Munich? I think Michael gave a fantastic answer. I mean, we really think that this is a place where excellence in the thought process of engineering is there. This is a place where excellence in the thought process of human endurance is there. This is also a place where software is way better. I mean, people don't talk about Munich when we're talking about software, but the quality of the analytical mind, which is one of the most important ingredients of AI and software, is again here. So it couldn't be a better cradle for us to think of Munich, where all the ingredients for what is required to push the frontiers of sport could be there. So that's why Munich. I mean, and apart from that, I love coming back to Munich. We have a lovely team out here, fantastic people, and there's so much of warmth. So, I mean, all that I said is kind of the analytical answer, but the real answer is from the heart. We love you guys. That's why Munich.
I think, Rolf, you have the floor is yours. You can, your observations and How, Ralph, I'm now asking one question. We have so many of, now again, host to host. So you have experience of your sports media and so many years of, do you think this kind of concept of, not a concept, a reality, because when if you see the differentiation, we are differentiator, why? Because we already did what you're going to talk about it. It's not that we talk about, that's why intelligence applied. It's everything here and we intelligently just to fit in. So how do you liked the whole, you have learned everything, you're working out with us, you're part of it. So now personally, ask Rolf to what you call the overall subject.
Since we have met, Kaushik, I've learned a lot of things about TCG from you, and I think also from the journalist perspective, we have to be open for new technologies. What Didi said before, we have to be more open. It's not the biggest strength of the Germans to be open. We are expecting the Open AI office now in Munich. I think this can change also our mind a little bit. But thanks for everything what I have learned in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And Kaushik, you're doing a great job because you are a great ambassador for the new technology for India, and we need you here in Munich, and we need you in this country to let our eyes open, to open our eyes for all these things what TCG is offering now. We need you. Perhaps we find a nice flat for you here in Munich. It's not the cheapest city in Germany, but we make it realistic. Thanks what you have done in the last 2 or 3 weeks to make this event happen.
Thank you. Thank you for all the words. It's really appreciated to do all that. So now I'm asking the man who has already toiled entire, he did it in backhand, there's a back office and a front office, and he is none other than Arunava Mitra. And Arunava, you have every right to give a vote of thanks to everyone.
Thank you, Kaushik. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor and privilege to host you today. I'm glad that you all came, and I hope that you found it really interesting. That what we're trying to do several things at the same time, but I'm sure that you found it interesting. I would like to start by thanking our leadership, Mr. Wolf Lichtenstein, who is sitting at the back, our president, Devdas Sen, CEO of TCG Digital, and Michael, chairman of the board for TCG Digital. I also would like to thank all my colleagues from the sports fraternity. We are working with all of them in different areas. We are collaborating with all of them in different areas where we are bringing our technology expertise and trying to add more value to what they are doing. So Kerala Sports, Kerala Super League, Riespo, Hoffenheim, TSG Hoffenheim, Ingolstadt, and of course, last but not the least, DFB. So what you're seeing today is a culmination of a journey we started in November when Wolf actually asked me to meet a gentleman which I didn't know that time, Kaushik Maulik. And Wolf told me to meet him informally. So we met in a beer garden in Frankfurt. And we thought that, I thought that I'll be able to convince him to help us in our business, which is already established in different sectors like aviation, chemicals, life sciences. I couldn't do that, but he convinced me to start a sports business on that day. And he said that I'll take you to a gentleman called Kai Damnholz next day in DFB, which is 200 meters away from my home where I live in Frankfurt. And then together with Kai and Kaushik, we jumped into this adventure, and I'm very happy that it is culminated into this marvelous event where all of you came, and I'm sure you found it interesting. I thank all of you, the Indian diaspora, sports community, business community of Munich, specifically, generally from Germany. And please join us for dinner tonight after this. Thank you very much.
So So, any questions of our to be ready to answer you or whatever? We are free to discuss networking with each other. So let's enjoy the dinner. Thank you, gentlemen, for everything being here.